Hey everybody, this is Alfred Edmond Jr., Senior Vice President and Multimedia Editor at Large at Black Enterprise, and this is Hip Hop Real Estate.
Welcome to Hip Hop Real Estate TV, where we start at the ground floor and work our way all the way up to the top. So just like a high-rise building, you are going to have to lay a solid base so that anything you build won't come tumbling down. So let's start laying the foundation.
You can't have a business without building relationships. I'm glad he brought that message to Boston.
It's Carrier, it's about to go down. As you can see, we're in Fenway at the Verizon Entrepreneur Empowerment Convention.
Talking about keeping it real.
Tonight was a really great event. They're really focused around some keynote speakers to really help our small business owners bring their business to the next level and stay competitive in a tough economy.
First, let me get one thing perfectly clear. Yes, I am black, for those of you who are not. Read about culture and race. We come in all shapes, sizes, skin tones, and hair textures. Lots of options. When I turned 3 years old, my mother became mentally ill. And because Dad couldn't get a good education, get a good job in America, he was a cab driver for 40 years. And he had to work 12 to 14 hours a day, and he couldn't take care of 11 children. So I was orphaned at 3, and then spent from 3 to 5 in an orphanage, and then because no one would take 11 children, I spent the balance of my young life growing up on the main streets of Brooklyn, New York, until I aged out of foster homes. We were basically indentured servants. Our summers were spent cleaning house and spit shining shoes and polishing my father's 88 Oldsmobile for you to see your face in it. And when we finished our work, we were able to go out to play, and the work had to be excellent. The second thing that I learned very early in life that applied very much to entrepreneurs is this need to rid ourselves of toxic people in our lives. People who drain you of your time, your energy, and your patience. Now, this is very, very, very easy to say. This is very difficult to do. Why? Because most of these people are your family. In other words, don't spend major time with minor people. People going nowhere want you to go nowhere with them. People doing nothing want you to do nothing with them. If you want to change your life, change your relationship. So I went back home to this brownstone in Brooklyn where I was with 4 older brothers who were heroin addicts. So as soon as I was able, I packed up who I had, got on a Greyhound bus, went to Cleveland where I had an older sister who took me in. So you're going to have to deliver yourself from toxic people in your life. And that's actually the 4th truth in my book, Click. There are people in your life that you are simply going to have to bless and release, as our president had to bless and release his pastor. Right? 20 years. Who married him and christened both of his children. And had he not done that, had he not blessed and released his pastor, we would not be calling him President Obama today.
So the most important thing that I think young people need to know is your world is bigger than what you see around you, that there's more out there that you want to check out, and you can find people who can show you how to do it.
Relationships, relationships, relationships. Your ability to work with and through other people. Your ability to cultivate, nurture, and develop relationships at work, at home, and in the community. Your ability to love and to like people, and to have people love and like you. Your ability to lead and to know when to follow. See, I know people that have solid education, decent marketable skills, but the personality of a box of rocks. And these people graduated from Harvard, Yale, Morehouse, and Spelman, and they're at the bottom of every ladder in America. And then I know people with modest education, solid marketable skills, and superior interpersonal and people skills. Their ability to cultivate, nurture, and develop relationships at work, at home, and in the community is superior. Their ability to love and to like people, and to have people love and like them is superior. Their ability to cultivate, nurture, and develop relationships throughout their life is superior. And these people are at the top rungs of every ladder in America, and you will work for them. You have to build 3 kinds of networks in your life. You're going to have to build a personal network. This is your close circle of friends. These are the people that know you, love you, cheer you on, and lift you up. Let's call that your network at home. An operational network are people that help you to get specific tasks done in life. Whether it's the team that you're working on in your business or on your job, whether it's the team that you're working on in your church, whether it's the team you're working on in some social organization, these people come in and out of your life and they help you to get specific tasks done. Why? Because it takes teamwork to make the dream work. Okay? So that's an operational network. And the third and final network you have to work on, this is throughout your entire life, is a strategic network. These are the people that are smarter than you. These are the people that are where you want to be. These are the people that will drag you into the 21st century kicking, screaming, and crying. These are the people that will be your coaches and your mentors and your role models. Because effective networkers, and Al knows this, effective networkers understand, brothers and sisters, that networking looks like this. That somebody is pulling you, and you must always be pulling someone. And the minute you break that connection in either direction, you have a hole in your net. And you know what happens when a fisherman gets a hole in his net? The fish get through. And too many holes in what? The whole infrastructure of support breaks down.
This chart to me represents beautiful, educated, moneyed black people all over America. It could represent black organizations, it could represent black churches, it could represent black social and civic organizations. And what you will notice about these beautiful black people is that everybody is doing their own thing, having forgotten that it takes a village to raise a child. And see, there's nothing wrong with dispersion. I live in Cleveland, you live in Atlanta. We have folk in the Caribbean, we have folk in Africa. That's dispersion. That's okay, but we do not have to be disconnected. We're disconnected from those of like mind. We're disconnected from the best practices in our community. I don't care what it is that you want to do, what profession you want to engage in, what business you want to get into. I can introduce you to brothers and sisters all over America. You just don't know who they are. You are disconnected from them. There is no power in disconnection. Power is most effective concentrated. You can take a 55-gallon drum of water, spill it over, it will disperse, find its own level, and eventually evaporate. You can take that same 55-gallon drum of water, put it under pressure, put a lid on it, put a hose in it, put a nozzle on the end of that hose, and it can cut concrete. There's a beautiful African proverb that says, when spiders unite, they can tie up a lion. This is where all the power is. You see? This is where all the power is. Whether you are at the center of your own network or part of someone else's network, this is where the power is.
I was always a little bit of entrepreneur. Yeah, I didn't use that terminology, but that was the streets. We didn't have nothing to fire us but the drug dealers.